Hey everybody, and welcome to the end of 2025 book review. So many great books were read this year, and this is the first year that I've actually had technically a book read a week, even though I didn't actually read a book every week. It was just the number of books that I read. So I ended the year reading 53 books, which is a lot of books. And I know in the past, like I've set goals of like 100 books or more than that. And like this year, I didn't really even intentionally set a goal to read this many books. I just happened to have read this many books. And so for next year, 2026, I definitely think I'm going to shoot for reading 52 books for the year, one a week, which I think is just nice and easy and going to be super chill to follow along with. That way I don't like overtax myself. I do love reading, like don't get me wrong. I love reading. I love having a good book in my hands, but just with a lot of different things that I have to get done and timing and the way that my schedule is sometimes, it's just kind of hard sometimes to read more than that in a week. So yeah, I think next year we'll stick with 52, but 53 were read in 2025, which was super exciting. So out of the books that I read this year, a lot of books, like when I look at my stats, on average, I do give books a rating of about a 4, a little bit over a 4. And then this year I had 12 books that I rated a 5. Probably would have rated higher than a 5 if I could on a few of them. But overall, books that have been suggested, books that I've been reading have just been really good. And it's very rare that I have that many books that are just good. I think I've just gotten into a good groove, and you all out there have been suggesting some really awesome books. So again, keep the book suggestions coming, and hopefully they are just as good as what you say they are. So yeah, like lots of really good books this year, and I'll put a screen recording of my top 12 books, just in case you were curious. But a couple of the authors are repeats. So Carleen O'Connor, who writes one of my favorite mystery series that I've discovered, the Murder in an Irish whatever series. She had several books that were 5s for me this year. So I know she's got another book coming out in 2026, maybe 2 more books coming out in 2026. Can't quite remember. But I look forward to the next book because like I'm caught up in the series to where she is writing. So looking forward to that. Also looking forward to the next Legendborn book. I've been reading the Legendborn cycle, about to start the 3rd book, but there's another book coming out soon, hopefully. So looking forward to kind of seeing where that goes. Of course, I think like my all-time favorite, not really textbook, is Black AF History. And I actually, Michael Harriot, who wrote that book, he partnered with Jordan Peele on a documentary about Black cowboys, and it was really, really good. So I kind of hope that he has some more books that he wants to write, maybe diving into specific sections of African American history. I just really like his writing style. He's hilarious, and just, you know, a fun way to engage in history. So yeah, like looking forward to those or potential books there. And then Faraday Igbeyi Adieme, I like butcher her name every single time, and I'm so sorry. But definitely, she's been writing for a while, so I'm a little behind in catching up on her writing, but she has phenomenal books. And I'm hoping that she will put out another one. She had Ace of Spades, Where Sleeping Girls Lie. Both books were just really, really great. Both of them got 5s for me. So I look forward to her having some more books. I really just like her style, and they're just good because they always have twists, and the twist is never what I expect the twist to be. So I look forward to anything else that she plans on writing. And last but not least, I think just a highlight for me for this year was The Firekeeper's Daughter from Angélie Bouillet, or Bowie. And just the, I'm not usually a big person that with like realistic fiction, but just to have such a truthful story told. And there is another book in that series that I did get for Christmas, so I'm definitely going to be reading that one soon. But just the way that it was written, the heart and the care, and then also just learning more about the indigenous populations in Michigan and arguably around the country and what they've been struggling with was just really fascinating. Like, it's one thing when you know about it, because I definitely know about it, but just to hear more in depth from kind of a fictionalized story style, but knowing that this is a real thing, was just really, really great. So I really enjoyed that. So yeah, like I said, lots of really great book suggestions this year. Really enjoyed a lot of the reading. I also really enjoyed this year getting a chance to read and discuss, not just with my official book club that I'm in, but also with the unofficial book club at my school, reading with coworkers, and all of us just yelling at each other constantly on social media. I think one of my favorites was, this actually happened a couple years ago, but it still keeps happening. My principal, he literally opened my classroom door one day and just looked at me and was like, "What do you have me reading?" So I love having those kind of conversations with people, and getting suggestions from them as well on what everybody's reading. So that's been really awesome, just to share that with coworkers and friends, and to be so, like, to have so many people just like on the same page about a book is really exciting. So yeah, there you have it. I truthfully have no real plans for 2026 outside of, read and the number 52. One of the online book clubs that I am a part of, more of a lurker on the club on the socials, but they put out, it's the 10th anniversary of this group, and they put out a anniversary themed book list, and they have 3 different ones. So they have like the traditional anniversary and the modern, and then one that is gemstone based. And each one has, I think, like 21 or 20 prompts in it. And some of the prompts are just so simple, like read a book with a red cover. But some of them are like read a fantasy book that takes place in the woods and all the things. So I really look forward to diving into that list and reading a couple of those. I've also got some education books that started reading at a mini professional development that we had at school, and we were kind of rushing through the material, and so we didn't really get a chance to dive into it. So I definitely will be reading those. So for those of you that follow me for educational reasons, be on the lookout for those books. They were very, very interesting, just the pieces that I was able to read during those sessions. So plan on finishing those books cover to cover, which I don't usually read education books cover to cover, but looking forward to just what those books are saying, because they have a lot of very important information that is very impactful from a teacher perspective. So yeah, there you have it. The end of the year book review. It is December 31st, 2025. I've already started reading my first book of 2026. So that will be the first book review 2026, but look forward to having you guys continue along. Thank you so much for those of you that do follow along, have been following along this year, especially those of you that have hopped over from Cheshire's Top Cat. I know that my husband and I have been doing TV and movie reviews over that way, and I've got some suggestions, or we've gotten some suggestions from people about different shows. So we definitely want to continue that on his channel, but over here we just mostly do books. So thank you, those of you that have popped over. Really enjoy seeing you. And if any of you guys have book suggestions, please, by all means, drop those in the comments or message Cheshire, and look forward to reading those. And I think that's it. So I will see you in 2026 in our first book review. Bye.